What's up, students? Welcome back to this week's youth group live stream, and today we are talking about the power of cuss words. I'm joined once again by Pastor Jason, and Pastor Jason, so glad you made it today because while this topic is obviously for the students, it's a little bit more for you because you have a problem, and this is an intervention. Last week on the live stream, you said crap, and we got a lot of hate from that, a lot of comments, a lot of hate mail, which was something new for a digital platform, but you have a problem and we need to talk about
it. Listen, that's a bunch of bull crap. Listen, those mother people need to just grow up and mind their own business.
Pranked ya. Okay, just for all you wondering, those were not real swear words. No animals were harmed in the filming of this live stream. Wait, that's a different thing. Anyways, let's get into what we're actually talking about, which is in fact cuss words. But before we get into it, you know the drill, youth pastors. Get your Zoom links, your Google Hangouts, whatever you're using, put them in the comments so people can watch. And if you don't have a youth pastor on here, just talk about it. That's the point. Just talk about it. Okay, let's get right into the talking points. You ready, Pastor Jason?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay, talking point number 1. Words have the power to create and the power to destroy. Our words, like God's, have great power. We can build up others or destroy them with our words. Got anything for us on that, Pastor Jason?
Yeah, we saw that in the very beginning, right? In creation. God used his words to create everything. And for us, we're made in the image of God. So while we don't have necessarily the power to create like God does, that same power lives within us. And so our words do have the power to create, to lift up, or to destroy and tear down.
Yeah, okay, so here's some scripture for us. Proverbs 18:21 says, "The tongue can bring life or death. Those who love to talk will reap the consequences." That's a little terrifying. Consequences is a terrifying word, and I don't like it. Anyways, Pastor Jason, I have a very important question for you that I think a lot of students out there are wondering. Is there a list of cuss words you're not supposed to say?
I think society would say yes. And it's funny, we live in Utah, right? And the culture here has basically created 2 lists, unacceptable cuss words and acceptable cuss words. And those acceptable cuss words, they just take the unacceptable ones and replace them with other words like what the frick or oh my heck, gosh dang it, right? And so on, right? So those are, in our culture, for whatever reason, acceptable cuss words. But the answer, AJ, that I think you're looking for is no. Nowhere, even in the Bible, is there a list of actual cuss words.
I didn't realize you had such a potty mouth there, Pastor Jason. Jeez.
It's something I'm working on.
I really thought you were above that. All right, Pastor Jason, here's talking point number 2. It's not just about cursing. We can be hurtful, mean, vulgar, and offensive without even uttering a cuss word. Is this true?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not. We've assigned meaning to those words, right? That people say are cuss words, but there's so many other things we can do with our words. We can bring people down without cussing. We can lie. We can take the Lord's name in vain. We can do so much with our words that aren't necessarily tied to those 4-letter words that we all shy away from, right?
So true, yeah. But Pastor Jason, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Dude, I hurt you with words every week.
That's true, man. You really make me feel bad about everything. All right, biblical people, you already know what it is. Ephesians 5:4 says, "Obscene stories, foolish talk, and coarse joking. These are not for you. Instead, let there be thankfulness to God." It's such a loving way to end that little list there. Now, Pastor Jason, I have a bit of a hardball question for you right here. Have you ever used foolish talk or coarse joking?
Never. Move on. Hey, listen, To say yes would be the understatement of the year. All right. Before I had Jesus in my life, I had, as the saying goes, a mouth like a sailor. All right. And no offense, sailors, you guys are great. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for your service. My grandpa was a sailor. All right. So no offense, but that was how people would have referred to me. And that's one of the things that I am so thankful for that God has done in my life. Listen, God can do a lot of things in your life, and sometimes he works very slowly in your life. That was one area in my life where it was overnight. I had just a blatant disregard for my language, and God immediately changed me overnight, and he took that vocabulary away from me. So yeah, I used to have a potty mouth.
Well, Pastor Jason, I'm so glad that you said that, because I know there are a ton of students out there who have maybe struggled with swearing or currently struggle with it. And just to hear you say that you were like that and that you changed and that it's okay as long as you admit it and move forward with your life. So thank you. And let's get right into talking point number 3. All right, here it is. Do your words fit the occasion? In Matthew 5:22, Jesus used the Aramaic, the language of the first century Israel, cuss word raka. I hope I'm saying that right. In order to tell his listeners not to call others raka. On that occasion, the word was appropriate because it was an important teaching moment. Now that's very interesting. Jesus had a potty mouth.
See, I'm not the only one.
It's biblical. No, okay. What you got for us on that, Pastor Jason?
There's a time and a place for things, and maybe you've stubbed your pinky toe on the bottom of the table before. I'm not going to say that that's the right time and place, but it feels right in the moment. There's a time and a place for all kinds of conversation, right? And I think you really have to pay attention to who you're talking to. Like when you're talking with adults, it may be appropriate to talk about something that would be completely inappropriate to talk about with students who are younger than you, or So I think there's ways to gauge the type of communication and conversation that you're having. So in that light, you always still want to show grace with your conversation. You want to build people up. You want to bring life to the conversation. You never want to use it to tear down or bring death, right? That's the power of our tongue. And so it's always important to be paying attention to the type of words you're using in the conversation that you're having.
All right. Well, that was perfect, Pastor Jason, because you just brought us right into the 4th talking point. And here it is. Do your words give grace to those who hear? This is a tougher question to answer than, did I say one of the words on the cuss list? We must learn to live, think, and speak the way Jesus lived, thought, and spoke. Yeah, cool. All right. Pastor Jason?
Hey, listen, I don't know if Jesus ever stubbed his toe on one of the tables that he made as a carpenter, right? But listen, if you've ever done that, now I can't. I just am picturing Jesus stubbing his toe.
Hey, happens to the best of us. And he was literally the best of us, so.
And he had a table because carpenter.
Yeah. He probably
And
made
he had
it.
toes. He had toes, so. Right?
Yeah. Well,
Did
I
Jesus
mean,
have
did
toes?
he? Did he? Do we know that for sure? But then again, he did, like he made the table, he did make us, so it's like, are we the table?
AJ, I think that's a perfect filter to run your vocabulary through, right? Is this the way Jesus would talk? Is this the way Jesus would conduct himself? Are these the kind of words that Jesus would use in conversation with the people around him? So I think that's a perfect way to think about things.
Well, Pastor Jason, that was great. Thank you so much again for joining us. I really hope you learned something, because we all know you needed to. But I think you're getting there. I'd love to keep this a family channel in the future. Just throwing that out there. But I mean,
no promises.
Oh, okay, all right. But still, thank you so much for attempting to learn.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, AJ. I know that there's churches all around the country who are using this resource, but I just want to give a quick shout out to our home church, Alpine Church. I just want to just say, Fusion students, I love you guys. I miss you guys. I can't wait till we can get back together again in the same room. And just, I want to love on you guys, and I'm praying for you. And so I just hope that you guys are enjoying this content. I hope that you're tuning in and sharing it with your friends.
Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. It's been great. It's been a blast. Don't forget to use all the links that are hopefully in the comments. Click on them. Go have a great conversation. If youth pastor isn't here, maybe share this with them so they can get on too. You can have your youth group online in an interesting way. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Peace.